Video script, the silent language of power. Full script. Every time you walk into a room, an invisible war is being fought. Long before you open your mouth to say a single word, people have already decided where you fit in the hierarchy. They've judged whether you are a leader or a follower, a predator or prey, an authority or an amateur. Most people believe that communication is about words. They spend hours rehearsing what to say, but they completely ignore the machine that delivers those words, their body. In the high-stakes world of human interaction, words are just a smokescreen. The real conversation is happening in silence. It's written in the microscopic tilt of your head, the exact placement of your feet, and the way you claim the air around you. When you look at the most powerful figures in history, monarchs, master manipulators, and billionaire CEOs, they all share a specific physical frequency. They don't leak energy. They don't ask for permission with their posture. They command the space they inhabit. Most individuals go through life completely blind to this hidden language. They leak insecurity from every pore, wondering why they are constantly interrupted, why they are overlooked for promotions, or why they can't seem to command respect in their private lives. They are speaking a language of submission without even knowing it, but today that ends. We are diving deep into the abyss of dark body language. I will reveal 7 secrets that will allow you to read anyone like an open book, while making your own mind an impenetrable fortress. These are the non-verbal weapons used by elite intelligence officers and the hidden architects of social influence. Watch until the very end, because the final secret is the ultimate indicator of true authority, and almost everyone gets it wrong. Secret number 1, the horizontal gaze and the exposed jugular. Let's start with the most basic biological signal, the position of the head. Look at the average person in a crowded street. They walk with their heads slightly down, eyes glued to the pavement of their phone. Biologically, this is a low-power protective posture. By tucking the chin, you are instinctively shielding your neck, the most vulnerable part of your anatomy where the carotid artery and the jugular vein reside. In the social hierarchy, this is the mark of a subordinate. It screams, "I am protecting myself because I feel threatened." High-status individuals utilize what we call the horizontal gaze. Your chin should be perfectly parallel to the ground. When you do this, you are intentionally exposing your neck. In the world of dark psychology, this is a massive power move. Subconsciously, you are broadcasting a signal to every brain in the room. I am so confident in my dominance that I do not fear being attacked. I am the apex in this environment. This isn't just about looking up. If you lift your chin too high, you appear defensive and arrogant, which triggers immediate dislike. The 0-degree tilt is the sweet spot. It creates an aura of calm, unshakable stoicism. When you speak from this position, your voice becomes deeper and more resonant, and people find it physically difficult to look away or interrupt you. Secret number 2, controlled proximity and the anchor effect. Every human being carries an invisible bubble of personal space. When someone enters this bubble without permission, the limbic system triggers a flight or fight response. Most people react by flinching, leaning back, or creating distance. If you want to dominate a social interaction, you must master the art of controlled proximity. When you're making a critical point or asking a high-stakes question, move slightly, just a few inches, into the other person's personal space. But here is the key. You must do it with absolute coldness. No smile, no fidgeting. Move like a predator closing in on its objective. If the other person leans back or takes a half step away, the psychological battle is already over. You have occupied their territory. However, the real test of power is how you react when they try to enter your space. Most people will instinctively move back to maintain their bubble. Do not do this. If someone gets close to you to intimidate you, stand your ground like an iron pillar. By remaining unmoved, you signal that their presence has zero effect on your internal state. You become the anchor. In any interaction, the person who moves the least is perceived as the one with the most power. You become the center of gravity, and they are forced to orbit around you. Secret number 3, the predatory stillness. The hallmark of insecurity is constant, wasted motion. Look at a nervous person. They tap their pens, they shift their weight, they touch their face, they adjust their tie. This is called energy leakage. It's your nervous system trying to release the tension of being watched. Now look at a lion in the savannah or a high-level master of influence. They are characterized by a terrifying level of stillness. They don't move unless there is a reason to move. Every gesture is calculated. Every blink is deliberate. This is predatory stillness. To command instant respect, you must eliminate all self-soothing gestures. Never touch your neck in a meeting. The neck is where we hide our fear. Never play with your rings or watch. When you are listening to someone, be absolutely, unnervingly still. Give them nothing. Why is this a dark psychology trick? Because humans are hardwired to look for feedback. When you remain perfectly still, you become a psychological mirror. The other person begins to feel self-conscious because they can't read your reaction. They will often start talking more, revealing more information, and eventually making mistakes, just to fill the silence you've created. Stillness is the ultimate armor. Secret number 4, the architect's steeple and the trap of transparency. Where you place your hands determines whether people see you as a strategist or a servant. High-status individuals never hide their hands in their pockets or under the table. Hiding the hands is a primal signal of deception or fear. The most powerful gesture in the world of nonverbal dominance is the steeple. You press the fingertips of both hands together to form a spire. This is the universal sign of intellectual superiority. It's the favorite posture of master negotiators and high-level strategists. It tells the world, I am confident in my knowledge, and I am already 3 steps ahead of this conversation. But here is the shadow mind twist. You must combine the steeple with open palm exposure. Throughout human history, showing your palms was a way to prove you weren't carrying a weapon. Today, it's a way to prove you aren't hiding a lie. When you alternate between the steeple, which shows authority, and open palms, which shows transparency, you create a powerful psychological paradox. The other person's brain gets 2 signals at once. This person is the boss, and I can trust this person. By mastering this balance, you bypass their logical defenses and speak directly to their subconscious. You aren't just persuading them, you are leading them into a mental state where they want to agree with you. Secret number 5, time expansion and the pacing of the elite. Speed is the ultimate indicator of status. Low-status individuals are in a hurry. They turn their heads instantly when someone calls their name. They speak fast because they are afraid of being interrupted. They agree quickly because they want to be liked. The elite, however, operate in a different time zone. They utilize time expansion. If you want to project absolute power, you must slow down your world. When someone calls your name, wait a full second. Then, slowly and deliberately, turn your head. This signals that you are the one who decides when your attention is given. When you are asked a difficult question, do not rush to answer. Silence is your best friend. Look the person in the eye, pause for 3 seconds, and then speak. This pause makes your eventual answer seem 10 times more heavy and calculated. This is what we call the Godzilla effect, a massive, unstoppable force that does not need to hurry. It moves slowly because it knows that nothing can stand in its way. When you slow down your movements and your speech, you force everyone else to slow down to match your pace. You aren't just participating in the social environment, you are controlling the rhythm of the room. Secret number 6, the limbic honesty of the feet. If you want to uncover someone's true intentions, stop looking at their face. The human face is a mask. We are trained from childhood to smile when we're angry and look interested when we're bored. But almost no one thinks about their feet. The feet are the most honest part of the human body because they are directly controlled by the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for survival. Next time you are in a conversation, look down. If someone's torso is facing you but their feet are pointed toward the exit, they don't want to be there. Their brain is already planning their escape. If you approach 2 people talking and they turn their bodies but not their feet toward you, you are an intruder and they want you to leave. When you engage with someone, point your feet directly at them. It shows a level of focus that is both intense and rare. However, if you want to subtly dominate the interaction and make the other person work for your approval, point one of your feet slightly away. This creates a subconscious tension. They will feel that you are about to leave, and they will often start trying harder to impress you or keep you engaged. Secret number 7, the alpha breakaway and visual dismissal. This is the final secret, and it is the most subtle weapon in the arsenal of nonverbal dominance. We are told that eye contact is the key to confidence. While that is true, what matters most is not how you hold eye contact, but how you break it. When 2 people are locked in eye contact, a silent battle for dominance is taking place. The person who breaks eye contact first is usually perceived as the one with lower status, if they do it incorrectly. Most people break eye contact by looking down. This is a catastrophic mistake. In the animal kingdom, looking down is a sign of total submission. If you look to the side abruptly, you appear nervous. The alpha breakaway is to break eye contact horizontally and slowly. You don't look away because you're nervous. You look away as if you simply found something more interesting in the environment. Never let them feel like they won the gaze. You must be the one who decides when the visual connection is over. This leaves the other person in a state of psychological incompleteness. They will subconsciously feel a need to regain your visual attention, placing you firmly in the position of the one who grants approval. Outro, the transformation. Body language is not a collection of tricks to fool people. It is a system of retraining your own biology to reflect the power that exists within you. When you start implementing these 7 secrets, the world will begin to shift around you. Strangers will subconsciously give you more space on the sidewalk. Your rivals will feel a strange, unexplainable hesitation before they challenge you. Your words will carry a weight they never had before. But remember, with this knowledge comes a responsibility. Dark body language is a tool of influence. Use it to build the life you want, to protect those you care about, and to become the master of your own destiny. If you found value in this deep dive into the human shadow, join the Shadow Mind. We are building a community of those who refuse to be blind to the hidden forces of the world. The world is a stage. Most people are just extras. You now have the script for the lead role. Stay powerful.